the intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Alliance tournaments are returning. I've been waiting for this announcement to drop so we can do a rehash on a, I think, much needed video, which is helping you out there, whether you're a lower level, mid-level, or high-level player, get some of those big 10K free-to-play tasks done in the Alliance tournament. Now, I did a video on this last year, but a lot has changed in that time, and I want to take a look at the cheat sheet. So, for those who've looked before, and we're going to put on the screen here in a second, we've had a sheet for a while that myself and others have put together to track tasks in this very, very extreme tournament. I mean, I think it's extreme because the rewards are so good. Sadly, you can't really preview them, and that's a bummer, but they're there. You know they're there. You've done it, you know. So let's talk about why it's important. And again, this is going to be based off our master sheet, but just like we've done in previous videos, we give a shout out to those who do a lot of the work. So when it comes to this is definitely Jules, Quasel, myself, Tarpatu. I know a lot of people have helped update this. And then today, I really want to focus on the cheat sheet. It's been around for a little bit, but I've been waiting for it to be finished, as it were. And it's still technically a work in progress, but specifically, I wanted to cover the 10K task. We've covered the other tasks. For example, there are a lot of free-to-play tasks that are grind tasks, like the defeat ones, and those are good. But the real jewels is and are the 10K tasks. That's what a lot of people want. So I want to focus on snap this right here, the cheat sheet. This is Blue's guide to grindable 10K tasks. So what this is essentially doing is taking some of the bigger tasks we talk about in the other sheet, but providing pictures, making it easier to see what exactly you need. And I'm going to try to even explain in further detail as well, because there have been some confusion even with this. Not that Blue didn't do a great job. Always does a good job. We have a great set of volunteers around here, and if you ever need us, me, Blue, Jules, Quasel, Hugo, etc., Pseudo are all in the Discord. Link in the description of this video. Let's start with these tasks. So 10K, acquire 500 epic Borg solo directors. This is available for anybody who is in G4 and above, and it's actually quite simple. You simply need to save and then collect your rare solo chest. Now, one negative I have to say real quick about the good overlords over at Scopely, they waited a long time to make this announcement knowing tournaments was coming. It's not just like, ooh, let's turn tournaments on. But look, this is March 12th. Today, we make this video is March 11th. Doesn't give y'all a lot of time to save, but the good news is all these tasks that we're doing, hopefully some of them you've already been saving, and if you've not been saving, well, stuff like the Borg one that we just looked at, you're gonna be able to save for that already. Like in terms of, you're going to be able to do that from now because the timer isn't like a week. You've got time, you can do it. Another thing you can do, by the way, while you're here, like the video. Yeah, it helps out the algorithm. Let's go back to talking about the task. Same thing that we just talked about with the Borg solos is the Dominion. Same idea. Bajor store, we have this solo loot exchange. Pull the rare solo loot exchange. Just save it. That is going to give you everything you need. So again, that's 2 10K tasks. An easy peasy do. Lemon squeezy, right? Everybody likes a good lemon squeezy. So those aren't difficult. Get it done. Got or did. Logical. What's up next? Acquire 6,000 uncommon ex-borg credits. This is another one that is definitely free to playable, but make sure you're doing it right. This comes down to your pulls. In your NX01, the ship itself will determine how far in this you can actually progress in terms of how much you can save. Because as you can see over there, there's a 16 to 24 in terms of how much you need to turn in and get that. Well, again, that's based off the tier of your NX01. So if you happen to be a player like me on my main server, how about we rotate that again? Bam, with a max one, it costs me 16 to do that pull, and that is in your refinery. Again, just simply doing your normal runs and your dailies will make that available to you. So available credit, also available in the Alliance Tournament store and NX01 daily pulls and trade downs. This is worth mentioning though, because we've had more things getting added in to allow you to source this material. But the easiest and main way is going to be the safe opportunity ship. So save them up. You'll be able to do your tournament. Depending on how much you save, you'll be able to do this multiple times. And again, that's going to really help out your alliance. Better y'all rank, better rewards. And remember, it's not just the rewards that you yourself can earn individually. I know you're like, Rev, all I really care about is me. I get it. Yeah, you're selfish. But think about being altruistic just for a smidge, because remember, these 10K tasks are important so that you can progress right here as an alliance. The better you perform, the more of this XP you earn, which actually turns into more gifts for you. You see, as you progress, you'll unlock things in the store, like the assimilated amalgam refit that you can get free to play, only available if your alliance has made it to level 20 of the Emerald chain. So anyway, back to the cheat sheet because it's very handy and good. All right, this is one of my favorites and I hate it probably the most. Acquire 55,000 FT protomatter. Now, you can do this by doing your Q trials. Saving up bells is a great way to do that. And you want to have a high court of Q. Do not forget to upgrade your court of Q building. And I run into this a lot. People have stopped upgrading it without realizing how important it is. So this is very grindable and doable. Don't forget, you also have other pulls like your Ferengi Whip that you can get, the Borg FT Exchange, Mirror Refinery that can help lower the cost. What that ends up doing for me, those different turn-ins, it cuts the cost in about half for where my level 56 is at. But real quick, I want to cover the Q trial building just a smidge to remind you why you want to upgrade it. Click it right here. What do you see? Protomatter rewards. Remember, every Q trial you do pays out protomatter. To increase the amount you get, you level up your building. You see, I'm right under 700% as a bonus. And man, oh man, is this something that people forget. I run into players in the 40s and 50s who still have like a level 20 Q trial court of Q. Got to upgrade the building, chat. Got to upgrade the building, community. Got to upgrade the building, Star Trek Fleet Command fans. It will help you. Again, I love teaching out whether you're a spender or free to play how you can do things efficiently in this game and free to play in this game. Even if you are a spender, wouldn't you rather spend on things that you need rather than spend on things that you skipped? Right, logic. All right, so back to the sheet. Require 15,000 temporal ones. Now this is tricky, so be very clear, pay attention. This has got new ways to do it, but the original way confuses so many people. So, acquire 15,000 temporal disruptors. How do we do this? Well, there's a couple of ways. Number one, number two, you can see in the Zindi uncommon packs. Now, there are some special things that make this doable for some, not for others, but they're part of the bundles, right? So as you can see behind me, here's a bundle pull that allows you to get this. That is not the only way, however, as you can see above. The Great Eye of Ra, you can turn those into temporal disruptors if you've maxed them. So if you've maxed some of these artifacts, you can then turn them in. You can see artifacts over there on the right side. Turn them in for temporal disruptors. Now, you would need a lot of them, but there are multiple paths to this one. Yet this one is probably the second most confusing one for a lot of players. How do we get the temporal disruptors? It's free to play, but a lot of people know it's free to play because they've heard it from other players, but they can't say how. Well, this is why the cheat sheet is there to help you get an idea of exactly where you need to go and do. So again, special note for those who have 60 artifact gallery and special agent rank on DTI, excess Krenom time weapon shards exchange for 3,000 static credits for 125 shards to exchange for those 15,000 TD. So a little bit of a roundabout way to get there, but still good to know if it qualifies for you. Now this one's probably the most confusing for a lot of players. That is the acquire 1,500 uncommon skill points, because your natural reaction is to go into your refinery and refine. That is not how it works. It specifically works on the building, and this is something that you need to be a G5-ish player and above, and assuming you don't have multiple command center upgrades ready. So as you can see, upgrading the command center, I'll show you here on mine, even though there's a picture. You're getting this right here. That is the reward. This is the task. So if you have multiple upgrades as a G4 player saved up, or if you have just one upgrade at like 51, as you can see, you'll be able to then obtain that 10K task, but it's something that you have to save a long time for. I've run into so many players who will collect this. Again, I'm not trying to be a hater. They'll collect it because they think it's an easy thing they can do in their refinery, and then come to find out, nay, not how that works at all. So you end up getting stuck with a task that you can't complete, which even if you can, if you replace that with a 750 point task, that's still 750 points. Whereas right now you're getting nothing. So a couple other things that have changed. The acquire 2,000 uncommon G6 has become incredibly easy for G6 players because of the choice rewards, as well as things like your Revenant pull, which you can actually start doing that a little bit early, and multi-phasics. So I think that one's an important to monitor, because originally, when we first started making videos and this first came out, we were talking about, I just re-roll those. Your G6 players can do this F2P. And remember, if your G6 players are doing things free to play and they're getting tasks done, that's helping you. So you as a lower or mid-level want them to be able to do this. Communicate with your alliance before you re-roll it. Just something to know. And then last but certainly not least, the acquire 7,000 Galactic recruit tokens. This one is done by saving up those emergency field rations every time Scopely has an oopsie. And you know what? They have them every now and then. Anybody ever played Star Trek Fleet Command? Have y'all experienced an oopsie here? Have y'all experienced a bug where they give you something for free? Well, when that happens, as it will do, you have the emergency field ration store. If you save up these, you see I've got 16,700 saved. I don't have quite enough, but at 19,800, so basically I need one more oopsie chest. One more. Scopely, screw something up one more time, please. Don't do that. Everybody get mad at me. They'll blame me. But saving that is another 10K task. And you see, I'm saving that because, to be honest, it doesn't really benefit me at this level. Even on my lowest level account, don't really get much for these. The elite daily chips give you some nice materials. You're not getting a ton of standard XP, so why not save it for the Galactic Recruit just so that you can get, again, that turn in for the 10K task on Alliance tournaments. So again, this is a great cheat sheet that Blue put together with great pictures. And if you're a visual person like I am, stuff like this is mint. Absolutely love it. Completely goated. Poggers, all the other things the kids say that annoy you, I'm going to use here as a 35-year-old man. And of course, we still have the main task list if you're curious how to get things done. Shout out to all the volunteers who help make things happen. You're greatly appreciated. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with our Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. We'll update this list if there's any new tasks that need to be added. I mean, I got no problem doing data entry. All you spreadsheet nerds have taught me well. See you on the next one. Thank you for being here. That's it. I'm out.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.